Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Ahsoka Season 1, Episode 3. I'm glad to be there for a new episode of Ahsoka. Yes, I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt, the only one that I have. I thought that it was a good day, to put it, for you guys also to enjoy that and all. Even if I have to remind it during this intro, and luckily I did it, for the previous episodes. I'm not an hardcore fan of Star Wars, I'm a regular fan of Star Wars, which means that I watched all of the movies, but I didn't watch all of the shows. All of the shows that I watched, it was with you guys, and you have all of my reaction videos for them on my channel, and I made a playlist for each one of them. I'm gonna put some of them, into the eye in case you can be interested by that. I watched The Mandalorian, I watched The Book of Boba Fett. I watched Andor, which was so great. Really, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think that this one was perfect. I watched also Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, and that's all, I think. And yes, I made that reminder also before the previous episodes, and I think that it was a good call because clearly these two episodes were there to make the connections between Ahsoka, this show, and also two previous shows that I didn't watch, which means Clone Wars and Rebels, and clearly a lot of things were coming from these two shows. I'm thinking more, of Rebels. I'm thinking for sure of some characters. This character that I don't know anything about, Sabine, for me, I discovered it into Ahsoka, but I said it, they made a good job with that, with making the connections between shows. I really think so, because me, as a viewer who never watched Rebels, I understood a lot of things, through these two first episodes. Her character, her mood, her qualities, her defaults, the fact that she's really a rebel, she can be impulsive, she's not really following the laws, she's acting like she wants, also the complicated relationship that she has with Ahsoka, the fact that she was one of her Padawans, the fact that she felt like Ahsoka left them, the fact that she's blaming her also maybe for what happened to Ezra. I discovered also Ezra, during the previous episode and all of what is going on with that. And, a lot of things like that that I didn't know. I discovered that during the previous episodes, and the writers, they made a good job because they made me understand all of that about this character, about her past, her background, about her relationship with Ahsoka, about her relationship with Ezra also, which is gonna push her to go with Ahsoka for that revenge situation, and also it's really cool. They did it great without pushing it too much, without taking the viewers by the hand and really taking a character, a random character, to say everything out loud. No, it was little by little that I learned all of that, and it was a good job, so I appreciated it. For sure, I understood that I missed some references, some Easter eggs for those of you who watch these two shows. I saw something on Twitter about that scene at the end with Sabine, which is looking at that drawing of all of them who is leaving the place, and in fact it was an exact parallel of a scene that you had in Two Rebels, I think. So for sure, you guys, you saw it immediately and you appreciated it. Me, I thought that it was a good, a good moment, and that it was sweet. Even if I didn't have this reference, I appreciated it. And I appreciate the fact that it's Easter eggs, it's little winks for viewers of Rebels and Clone Wars, but it's not making me feel out, of the scene, of the show. They're not leaving me behind, they're not leaving behind new viewers, and that's really great. Still, I talked about it with you guys on my Patreon during the previous live session. I think that Ahsoka, it's not the good show, you know, to come back to Star Wars, to this universe, to begin, you know, the Star Wars shows. I really think that Ahsoka is not the good one for that. For me, Andor is really the good one for that. But Ahsoka, clearly not, because I had a lot of references, informations about Ahsoka because of The Mandalorian, because of other shows that I watched. So I had already things, you know, to come to understand more the situation and all. Because clearly, if they introduced well Sabine, in my opinion, I think that for someone who is beginning this show and who doesn't know anything about Ahsoka, I think that they are not presenting her well, they are not introducing her, you know, they are not presenting same thing, you know, her mood, her background, her goals, you know, in life, I was gonna say, or at least for this show, what it's gonna be. At least not enough, not like they did with Sabine, so... See? Clearly, Ahsoka, it's not the good show to begin the Star Wars shows. You have to watch at least The Mandalorian before that, like it's my case. Maybe Clone Wars, it would be better. It's not my case, but it's like that. So yes, all of that introduction to say that I truly appreciated these two first episodes, this story that we're gonna follow, these new characters that I discovered that you guys maybe you already knew. I discovered them and they were well introduced into this show. I didn't feel left behind at all. Still, I'm not an hardcore fan. I didn't watch Clone Wars and Rebels, so for sure I'm gonna miss some references, some Easter eggs like that, which are really great for you guys who watch them. I appreciate, you know, that they're making that for you guys, but that I'm gonna miss. So please don't blame me in the comments, don't be too mad at me and stuff like that. The two first episodes were really there to reunite Ahsoka and Sabine, to have these two back together. At the end, you know, Ahsoka, she called, you know, Sabine Padawan during a moment. Is it gonna be so easy? I don't think so. Like, we have a big background situation, like a big story behind, you know, their relationship, so I don't think that it can be that easy, but at least it can be the beginning of it. I think that it's gonna take time to really build the relationship, like to have it back strong and all, but I think that we can have, since now, you know, even during this episode 3 already, some training moments, and it would be great, because I think that Sabine, she felt during that fight with... we don't have her name, the blonde girl, you know. During this fight, she felt that she didn't have the good training, that she couldn't fight, that it was not enough, and also a training would be a good idea. That girl, I'm really interested by her. I have the impression that maybe at some point she can betray her master, because we saw that she's really interested to have a lot of power. Morgan, the relationship that I can feel, you know, which is beginning with Morgan, with the story about the Covenant, the witches, all of that, I can feel, you know, betrayal coming, but no matter what, I want to know more about this girl and her relationship with her master. I want to know more. Like, I liked her style also during the first scene of the first episode, so I want to know more about her. So yes, now we have Ahsoka and Sabine reunited. That relationship, Padawan and Jedi, I think that it's gonna be a big deal into this show, not only for these two, but also, for example, for the girl and her master. And I think that it's also a big subject, like they're gonna push it, they're gonna talk about it, because we had also that reminder about Anakin and Ahsoka, so I think that they're really gonna build something around that, something which could be great. And we have for sure all of that big narrative arc about Thrawn being back, discovered by who, you know, like what is going on with that, the Eye of Sion, also all of that situation. It's cool, it's really cool. But you know me, you know that sometimes I'm more interested by the characters, their developments and all, than really the main narrative arc. Right there, the story is interesting, but yes, it's more the Master and Padawan situation that I'm interested by, for the two sides, you know, for the villains and our good guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode 3. Remember that if you want on my Patreon, you have extended or full reaction part. I put extended reaction part for the episode 1 and 2 because they were long ones. But I saw that this one is already shorter, and we know how it is with Disney. We know that for the rest of the season, except for the final episode, it might be also shorter. So maybe I'm gonna put some full reaction part at some point. Check the description to know what I decided to put for this episode. It's the best way to support me, my Patreon. Truly, I'm a little reactor on YouTube, also on Patreon. So if you want to support me, to encourage me to continue my channel, these videos, it's on my Patreon. It can be truly appreciated, even if it's just for 1 month, you know. Each time, if you're coming for 1 month, like the months after that, it's gonna be one of you is gonna come for 1 month. So, you know, little by little, you know, little by little also for me, like that, like it can help me to continue. So if you want and if you can, it can be appreciated. Let's go for this episode. What did I say? She needs to train.
Well, not bad.
I was gonna say it.
Not good.
You're training the body, but you must also open your mind. Learning to wield the Force takes a deeper commitment.
How?
That's something you'll have to discover.
Well, I discovered that according to Hu Yang, I'm the worst candidate to be a Jedi out of every Jedi he's ever known.
It doesn't matter.
I think it does.
Agree.
Uh-huh.
Here, put this on.
I can't see. How am I supposed to fight?
By not seeing and by
I
feeling.
want you to see with more than just your eyes.
Mm.
Ready, position. Feel my presence.
You need
Anger
to
and
train.
frustration are quick to give power, but they also unbalance you.
We know you! Wait.
How's young Jason?
You know that I love.
It was my understanding that the offenders were arrested and the facility shut down pending further investigation.
Yes, but I believe their activity speaks to a larger operation involving Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
The only one.
I have reason to believe he's alive, and that his allies are working on a way to find him. If I could get approval to send a task force to the Deneb system, I could find out.
Isn't this just another attempt to gain New Republic resources to aid in what has ultimately been your personal quest to find Ezra Bridger? And that you conveniently use the threat of Thrawn's return to acquire those resources that could be put to a more practical purpose.
Were you ever in the war, Senator?
You know, I was wondering if it was just a question of being lazy or really you think so.
I see no enemy. The Imperial fleet is scattered and broken. They have no centralized command.
Unless Thrawn returns.
Yes, you have to be sure of that. To be sure that no war is coming.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war, and that's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
Grand Admiral Thrawn is dead. Your friend Ezra Bridger heroically died with him.
You don't know that.
General, Hera, allow me a moment to speak with my colleagues.
Convince them, man! You're the best for that.
Of course.
Mom, is it true
You have a son?
Now, where did you hear that?
Chopper told me.
Did you know?
I want to be a Jedi.
Yeah, I know you do, Chase.
Who is his father? You know that, you guys, surely.
Said
I'm allowing you to tell me that on the comments, it's not a spoiler. I want to know in fact, I'm too curious.
I can't use the Force. I don't feel it.
You don't?
Not like you do. The Force resides in all living things, even you. If that's true, then why doesn't everyone use it? Talent is a factor.
And you think that she has some?
But training and focus are what truly define someone's success. Ahsoka, I'm going to give this my best.
I love that kind of promise. And that's what a teacher also wants to hear. Just a little, please.
You win this round?
The Senate Committee wouldn't approve the mission.
The Senate Committee? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Sabine. But if not up to me, I don't know what to
Chain of command.
We've entered the DNAB system. All comm transmissions are being jammed.
Drop from hyperspace.
They saw you.
Hey, hold it steady! Remember, learn to anticipate.
Nah, it's cool to have a ship fight, you know.
Sabine, how far do you need? Move on my signal? Copy.
She's gonna tell you what to do and not the contrary. Good job. Good work together. Good job, good job.
I'm surprised you let them get this far. Daintily.
Disappointed, you
I
mean?
should do. Prepare turbo lasers.
No.
Anything you need?
Not yet. See if you can get a little closer.
Are you cross?
Please, he said please.
Steady, steady. This is intolerable.
You want it comfort.
You're enjoying that.
Yay!
You know, not the fact that maybe they're gonna have that.
Destroyed.
The tree is the challenge, she appreciated.
Morgan. Congratulations.
You almost got them.
Shin, that's your name?
Drive no cannons. You get incoming. Work fast. I'm going up there. Out there? Out where? Just keep working.
Let's see your suit. It's a cool one. Good job.
Did you fix the ship yet?
She's around. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Tracking something up ahead. Another ship? No.
What's that? A whale? Into the sky? I'm confused. Can you feel them even if you can't see them one? That's the answer, you know, to the previous training. Shin, I want you to be careful. I don't know why. You lost them? Okay, you're hiding well. What?
Are you alright? Haven't seen those creatures since the day Ezra disappeared.
You saw them before?
Anything interesting?
Indeed. The good news is the enemy vessel is still under construction and not yet complete.
Yeah, could a ring like that make a jump to a neighboring galaxy?
Theoretically, if one knew the coordinates of navigation, yes, I believe it could. Intergalactic hyperspace lanes between galaxies, which used to follow the migration paths of star whales named Purple.
Like the ones we just saw.
Really? When?
Jedi have taken refuge in the forest.
Yep.
Hunt them down.
With giants.
They can have the time to repair everything, you know, before you finding them. You have doubts. You know, I said it during the previous episodes, the fact that it's showing that he has some doubts about capturing, killing Ahsoka, that it would be a waste, how he's acting and all, it's making me feel like at some point maybe he's not gonna want to make his duty, he's not gonna want to kill her, like, not because he wants to be with her on her side, but truly because just it's bothering him and all, and that little second of doubt, you know, maybe it can be really bad for him, maybe he can be killed or something like that, or even if he's not killed, I think that for the girl, now we know her name, Shin, it can be, you know, the evidence that he's not a good master, not good enough, like he can't give her what she wants. We saw that she's really interested by power, she's really interested by, you know, having more and all, and she was interested also by what Morgan was saying, not only about Throne and all of this narrative arc, this story and all, but also by the Covenant, the witches, all of that. So see, that scene at the end is going a little with that impression that I have, that the guy is gonna have some doubts and it's not gonna be good for him. Is he gonna die or not? I don't know, but also it's gonna make maybe Shin betray him or something like that. I have that impression, that feeling. So yes, now we know her name, Shin. I'm still really interested by her, and I don't know why I have that with her. Maybe because of her look, you know, her attitude and all. She's really focused, she's really like that. We can feel that she's ambitious, we can feel that she wants power. The situation also, the Master Padawan situation, I said it, for me it's gonna be a big subject of this show for Ahsoka and Sabine, but also for her and her Master. So I have the impression that she's gonna be also important for that, you know, for talking about that during this show, about the loyalties that a Padawan is supposed to have for her, his master. During the two first episodes, I was thinking, you know, a lot about her and Marrok, about their identities, about the fact that to not know, I was gonna say their real names, for him to not have his face, like, it's creating a lot of mystery around them, and it's making me feel that maybe they are related to people that we know, you know, from the Star Wars universe. Maybe they are daughters or sons of people that we know. Maybe in fact they are people that we know which are in fact, you know, betraying the cause and all. Now, you know, maybe I have less doubt about that for her, but maybe more for Marrok, and the fact that we can't see his face truly. And the fact that since the beginning, you know, they want to search for Throne and Ezra. I have the impression that at some point we're gonna find Ezra, but not like we want. Like maybe he's already dead, maybe, you know, he was tortured, you know, he's gonna be in a bad condition, bad health condition. Or maybe also he was brainwashed, he switched, like something is gonna go wrong with that, they're not gonna find him like they wanted. And because I have this impression that we're not gonna find him like we want, I have the impression that maybe he switched, he was brainwashed or something like that, and because of that I'm like, can he be that guy, you know? Marrok, like, we can't see his face. It's for a purpose, no? I don't know. But that's where I'm standing, you know, with my theories about the villains. The ring space, that was a good idea, and all of that situation also was a good idea because it's bringing a fight between ships, and clearly during the two first episodes it was fights, you know, saber fights, and right there we have a ship fight. So it's great because it means that this show is gonna mix a lot of Star Wars things that we love, and they're gonna take the time to do it each time, so it's pretty cool. Like right there it was an entire big scene for that ship fight, so it's really cool. These worlds, I didn't know them. You guys, you already knew them from Rebels, I think. Me, it was the first time that I was seeing them, but see, again, they explained that to me, that you guys, you saw that before, but without making me feel like I was left behind. Like they said at the end of the fight that in fact they saw these worlds before, and that was during the moment, you know, when Ezra disappeared. So because of that I understand, and now I know the situation, but I'm not feeling left behind because it was not during the fight, so it didn't take me out, and you're explaining me the situation. You understand what I mean? Like, it's cool, it's good Easter eggs for you guys, good references, good surprises also. I think that you didn't expect it, but for me it's also great because I was surprised and shocked by these creatures. I was interested, and at the end I know the truth, so it's cool also. All of the training situation with Sabine, it's cool. I talked about it during the intro. She needs some training, clearly. We saw that during the fight with Shin, that she was really behind, so it's cool. She needs to make a lot of progress for the saber fights, also for using the force. For the flying part, she's really great. And that, you know, it was cool, the fact that at first, you know, it was a little difficult for Ahsoka and Sabine to work together, and it was when they truly decided to work together that it was great. When Ahsoka, she decided that she was not there only to give orders and for Sabine to follow and to try to anticipate what Ahsoka would do, but really by working together, by Sabine telling to Ahsoka what she needs to do and the contrary, like that it would work. It was great. And it was great also for their relationship, to show them that they're better, you know, working together, and to have that complicity back with these two. We saw that also. We had little funny scenes. You know what I said after the two first episodes, the fact that we had so many action moments that we didn't have really funny scenes or funny lines like we're used to have into the Star Wars universe, movies and shows. And that maybe it was the only default that I found, you know, I was missing it. Right there, during this episode, we had more funny lines. Not funny scenes, but funny lines. I felt it, and it was great. What I truly appreciated also, it's all of the music themes. I said it already for the two first episodes. I have the impression that they put a lot of things, you know, on the music, on the treatment of the sound all along the episode, not only for the musical moment, but also for the environmental sound. Really, it's well done, they thought of it, and the music themes are really cool. I love that. I really love that because it's going well with the moments, and it's really like they thought of it, you know, so it's cool. The sound treatment and the music themes are really great. And you know that sometimes, even for The Mandalorian, for example, I was a little annoyed, you know, by the sound treatment, which was really going like that, and I was with my remote, like I was forced to play with it during the entire episode. Right there, it was not the case. Like, the sound treatment, it's really great. See, I'm saying when it's not great, but I can appreciate and say also when it's really great, when the sound treatment is really great and thought for all television, not only, you know, the best ones. I have a regular one, come on. Cool, it was cool, I loved it. Tell me, what did you think of it? If you appreciated everything. You can tell me if we had some Easter eggs, you know, for you fans who watched Clone Wars and Rebels, I can appreciate that. If it's not containing any spoilers, the only spoiler that I'm allowing you to tell me is to tell me who is Ezra's son father. Like, I want to know that, I'm too curious, so that I'm allowing you to say so. And yes, for the rest, try to be nice, polite and careful and respectful with the comments, with telling me spoilers, like if I didn't watch Clone Wars and Rebels, I don't want to have spoilers for things which are gonna happen. Like, do you understand what I mean? Let me discover things, you know, on screen. Let me discover also how the writers are gonna explain me that. I think that it can be interesting also for you to have my opinion on stuff, you know, as that regular viewer who didn't watch these shows, to see if this show is making a good job at telling me stuff about it. So please be careful and respectful with that. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Crazy.